Hello everyone. We'll see how Infracodebase create an entire production ready architecture, like a production ready blueprint using a Infracodebase agents. Okay, we have already integrated our GitHub and everything here in Infracodebase. This is my workspace actually, and this is the new UI we will created. So this is recent workspaces. I work around these many workspaces here I have created. We can go through the workflows, rule sets, tools, sub agents, and these. So let's jump in and we'll start create a new workspace here. We'll see how it will create an entire production ready blueprint it will create for us. So we'll start from a scratch, and this is like I'm giving it Terraform Terraform infra description you can give as per your understanding. Workflows, there is no workflow we added, we just going through this entire workspace how it can create a production ready blueprint for us. So I have started creating. So workspace got created. This is the workspace we are having here infra. We can edit here as anything we want. So let's jump in and we'll see. Just again I want to create anything like using images. Okay, so let's jump in, and we're having this kind of images here. Okay, so this is what everything we're having. Hmm, this is the infra we have created. Okay, so just jump in, edit infra. We are going to create a infrastructure using an architectural diagram. So this is we are having one architecture diagram. It's uploading. It's not uploaded, so let's give a solid prompt for it. Create a production ready infrastructure using best Terraform practices. Use a uploaded diagram as a architecture and create all environments from lab to production using best Terraform practices production ready blueprint. So it will start creating. See the agent it started working on. Yeah, so the agent is following these tasks like analyzing the uploaded architecture diagram and creating a project structure. So first task would be the create a Terraform directory structure following best practices, implement central tooling account infrastructure, create a workload account infrastructure, set up a CI/CD pipeline with code commit and code bid and code pipeline, then implemented cross account IAM roles. It's creating a specific environment configurations, then CloudWatch and CloudTrail logging monitoring setup. Then we are having here create a security scanning and compliance checks. Now generated a architecture diagram for the created architecture. So this is overall we are having. The agent is started working on it, started creating a files and folders here. You can see scripts, .got ignore file, readme file, everything. It started generating. If you see here the pipeline itself, we are having the environments. So the one task, the first, the direct Terraform directory structure best practices it has created. Now it's creating a shared Terraform models like S3 backend cross account roles. So usually for this environment itself. So one task it is generating, creating CI/CD pipeline modules. You can see around here. So this is the .gitignore file it has generated already for entire production ready setup from lab to production. It's a README file. It's generated and it's continuously generating. Um, and the thing is, now it's creating the workload accounts model with the ALB with related resources. This is how it work around. Yeah. So you can see here like AWS multi-account infrastructure. This repository contains the Terraform code for production-ready AWS multi-account architecture with centralized CI/CD pipeline. So the overall directory structure you can see like accounts, tooling, workflows like modules, environments, pipelines, scripts, and all these files and folder is already created in the first task itself. The thing is now it's performing one task accordingly. Workload account infrastructure templates. Now it's implementing central tooling account infrastructure. You can see here it's a tooling, workloads, accounts, the environments, modules like model CI/CD pipeline model. It's created like main.tf file. It already generated in the CI/CD pipeline environments. You can see the entire file here. The 1,000 lines of code it's generating using the best Terraform practices. You can see like all .tf files. You can see like output.tf like code commit http clone URL for code commit repositories, then clone URL ssh URL http, then the s3 bucket for the pipeline artifacts. Yeah, in the variable.tf you can see here all variables like name of the project, code commit repositories, S3 pipeline artifacts, staging prod like for this environments like dev, QA, staging prod it's generated. We are working around from lab to production setup. So, yeah, so it's now it's creating the workload account templates. You can see the cross account roles like in the now again we are having dot main.tf files. You can see output.tf for this cross account roles, variable.tf for cross account roles. Yeah. Under the S3 backend, you can see for S3 backend main.tf, output.tf for S3 backend, variable.tf for S3 backend. Then workload infrastructure, you are able to see like main.tf for workload infrastructure, output.tf for workload infrastructure, variable.tf for workload infrastructure. This is how it's work around entire environment. You can see this is how like it's now creating environment specific configurations. Now it's creating environment specific configurations around dev, prod, QA, and staging. We'll go through the staging. Prod, you can see for dev like backend.tf it has generated. We work around the Terraform infrastructure blueprint, so it's working around the Terraform file itself. You can see like all necessary configurations like region, dev, projects name, like team, like it's using that architecture diagram to create the best Terraform practices here. You can see the prod backend.tf for prod. You can see terraform.vars, able to see, right? This is what exactly the regions and environment and project names we have to, we can change here, like whatever requirements we are having we can change here. The region, it is specifically picking us east one because it's has already in the architecture diagram, so it's already taking, and the rest of the things are application configurations. You can see like app port, health check, and enabling it's true. So this is what it's actually working around. QA, the same backend.tf for QA. You can see here as well. See, and terraform.vars just we for the environment QA, the the best application configuration files, and the for staging as well, backend.tf, yeah, terraform.vas. It's simply it's like following that architecture diagram and using the best Terraform practices. It's generating the entire blueprint from lab to production. Now it's creating the check OV configurations. So this is what exactly it's following. One task, it's like almost 9 tasks we are having, and it's already completed 6 tasks using only 10 minutes. We have created entire blueprint here. It's running the, you can see, right, the modules you already seen, right, that this is what we are having. Yeah, this is what in the account, like the tooling and workload. In the tooling we are having these all configurations file .tf files. In the workload we are having all tf files. In the environment we are having dev, prod, QA, staging. In the modules you can see CI/CD pipeline module, cross account roles, then S3 backend module, then workload infrastructure. In the pipeline we're having this dot check YAML configurations, like been able to see like framework is Terraform. This build space YAML file, you can see version 0.2 to pre-builds, then like build, post build. So this is what it's working around. Now it's creating the architecture diagram, and that represents the infrastructure it has built. So running the diagram tooling with the right diagrams. It has like running the diagram, like it got stopped actually in between because we went to the usages, right? So we have to perform the activity from where we left. Yeah, it's already created and the compressor, so it's going through each and one task. It's now everything has created. Now the task is like diagram visualize the complete production ready infrastructure following AWS practices. So all everything got created using like all modules. Yeah, you can see the e1.readme.md file as well. It has created ready. You can start deploying by running the script, work around it. This is what we are having for this. Now we are going to push this into our GitHub. So we already connected our GitHub here. We have given the Terraform infra demo name for this file is demo one. Now it's public, and now creating the repository is created and linked. Here we will see in the GitHub the repository. You can see like here in the repository it's now created. This entire repository it has created here, and the code already got pushed. You can see major environment directives and detailed deployment instructions. So you can see here it's the basic. It's all activities performed by the infracode based initial commit like agent. You can see. So this is what we are having, like everything secured in the infracode base GitHub. You can see the .json for this picture. And you can see the accounts, tooling, workloads in the environment. You can see dev prod QA staging in the modules. We're having CI/CD pipeline, cross controls, S3 backend, workload infrastructure in the pipelines. We're having .check ov YAML, build specific apply .yaml, build specific check ov .yaml, build specific plan .yaml. So everything like scripts .ignore. These are the script like deploy tooling script, workload script, setup script, and everything in the README. We are having this beautiful README already created for it. It's simply like what architect AWS multi-account infrastructure we have built, architecture overview, the directory structure, the prerequisite, what exactly we followed, and the deployment strategies. So this is what we are having. So this is how infra code base will work. You can see. So this is basically entire things we are having for today. You can see this is my workspace, enterprise settings. If you go here, so all tools and like all information is settled here, like all tools, like how many tools we can integrate. We can browse a registry from it, and you can see these are the MCP servers we can integrate over this. Like for we can create infrastructure on Azure, like using a Terraform. Like we can integrate GitHub, AWS, Google Cloud, Azure DevOps services, then GitLab, Atlassian and Notion also added, newly added. So these all the agents. If you like, this is the entire UI we are having for the new UI we just created for infra code base to easily understand the workflow. Like we can create a new workspace from here, we can add a tools here, we can create a workflows, and we can add a rule set. We will see all things one like in the next sessions. So yeah, this is what we're having. Thank you.